Hello, today's lesson is 15-2, and the name of the lesson today is Metric Units of Capacity. This lesson is a lot like yesterday's lesson, except we're switching from the customary units of capacity, not talking today about cups and pints and quarts and gallons, but instead talking about the metric units of capacity, things like milliliters and liters. So we started off by talking about how it's interesting in our country, some things like pop are sold in terms of liters. These are 2 liters of pop. Other things like milk and orange juice and gas are sold in gallons. Milk and orange juice are also sold in quarts and pints and cups. These two are different systems of measurement. So we have 2 different systems of measurement in our country. We looked at a close-up of some things we might have seen metric on. We've seen medicine cups like on the right that has milliliters in addition to teaspoons. And we've seen reusable water bottles like on the left that's a 1,000 milliliter or 1 liter bottle. And you can see the ounces there too. They don't line up because they're 2 different systems. We reminded ourselves what we learned about yesterday with gallons. And then we looked at something similar for metric units of capacity. 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. We looked at examples of liters and milliliters. We talked a lot about the history of the metric system today. We even watched a video about it, and we pointed out that we're one of only 3 countries in the world not using the metric system. We talked about why we don't change to the metric system. We looked at a big push in the 70s and 80s to try to get us to go completely to the metric system. This cup is from 1980, and you can see the liters and milliliters marked on it. Some more examples of the push to change to the metric system back in the 70s and 80s. And then we did some estimating. Remembering that 2 liters, or 2L up there, is the size of a big container of pop, and remembering that the oral syringe on the right shows just up to 5 milliliters. What would you say is the amount of juice in this baby's bottle? Would it be about 2 liters of juice or 250 milliliters? 250 milliliters. Estimate how much this plant pot could hold, 1 liter or 5 milliliters. About a liter. Estimate how much this fish tank could hold. 100 liters. Estimate how much water is in a tiny little drop like this. Just 1/10 of a milliliter. Students had a lot of fun with this one. A liter or 5 milliliters in a teaspoon. About 5 milliliters. How much juice in that juice box? About 250 milliliters. How much water can fit in the cap of a pop bottle? About 3 milliliters. Ooh, this was a good one to estimate. An Olympic-sized swimming pool, how many liters of water? 2,500,000 liters in that pool. Wow. Does this big huge pot hold more or less than 1 liter? It holds more. Excuse me. How about this coffee cup? More or less than 1 liter? Less than a liter. And then I put this picture in just to make me laugh. Look at the size of that cup. Definitely more than a liter in that gigantic cup. Not normal size though, of course. How about a gallon of paint? Is a gallon of paint more or less than 1 liter? It's more. And that was it for today.